Dub Nation, if you're not already subscribed to Warriors Today by Chat Sports, let me give you 3 big reasons why you should be. 1, we have a ton of news and rumors on your favorite team in the Bay Area. 2, you can join a community of almost 62,000 loyal subscribers. And number 3, I'm giving a shout out to 5 new random subscribers who hit that sub button today on the next video. So all you guys have to do to be completely in the know is hit that sub button for me. Happy St. Patrick's Day, Warriors fans. It was a big win last night over the Los Angeles Lakers and the return of Steph Curry after he did injure his ankle a few games ago. The Warriors are now tied for 9th in the Western Conference with the Los Angeles Lakers, but they're only 4 games behind 6th place, which is the Phoenix Suns currently. So I want to talk about 3 main players here on the show. One, of course, being Steph Curry and how he popped off against the Lakers. But I also want to talk about Jonathan Kuminga and Klay Thompson on today's show. But first, we have to give credit where credit's due. I'm not saying it's one man against everybody on a basketball team, because obviously that's not true. There's 15 players on a team, but Steph Curry makes a huge difference when he is playing versus when he sits out for the Golden State Warriors, especially when Steph Curry and Draymond Green are both out for GSW. They went 0-3. So let's talk about what Steph Curry did against the Los Angeles Lakers, and more importantly, LeBron James, because I will never, ever, ever get tired of a Steph Curry versus LeBron James matchup, and this one did not disappoint despite some shot clock malfunctions, which was incredibly annoying, but nonetheless, 31 points, 5 assists, shooting 12 for 24 from the field, and 3 for 10 from a three-point line. I mean, hey, I know he tweaked his ankle a couple of games ago, but that looked like the most healthy Curry I have seen. He was doing what he's been doing the entire season. And plus, I think it speaks volume considering the fact that Steph Curry did not score a single basket in the first quarter. So he had to ramp up his play, start from the second quarter through the fourth, and start to drop 31 points. But he couldn't do that without the help of some other Warriors on that team. Number 1 being Jonathan Kuminga. I know we've talked a lot about it here on the show about what the Golden State Warriors need moving into next season, and number 1 of those reasons that they need to improve is a secondary score. However, I do think that they have found one in Jonathan Kuminga. Let's talk about what he did against LA. 23 points, 4 assists. He shot 9 for 16 from the field and 2 for 3 from a three-point line. He doesn't shoot nearly as many threes as Thompson and Curry, obviously. However, his athleticism speaks for itself. Not to mention, while Steph Curry was kind of finding his way back from injury in the first quarter and hadn't scored a basket just yet, Jonathan Kuminga started the game against the Lakers with 4 made jumpers. He was coming out daring them to make him shoot, and he was making them absolutely regret it. Jonathan Kuminga has become his right-hand man, if I do say so myself, since Klay Thompson has moved to the bench. I think they may have found a new splash brother in the Bay Area. Not necessarily taking over Klay Thompson's spot, but at least another splash brother in the starting lineup. A lot of speculation happened last season whether or not Jordan Poole was going to be the third splash brother, but now that Jonathan Kuminga has been the most consistent scorer on the Golden State Warriors roster behind Steph Curry, I think it's definitely worth saying he could be a secondary scorer moving forward. There's a bigger question surrounding Jonathan Kuminga's future here, and that is, could Jonathan Kuminga be the future face of the Golden State Warriors franchise? Comment why or why not, because I want to break down one dub who actually said this last night after the Los Angeles Lakers versus Golden State Warriors game. So go ahead and comment your opinion down below while you guys are doing that. Let me break down our sponsor here on Warriors Today by Chat Sports. Of course, that is Prize Picks, the number 1 daily fantasy sports app in America right now. And look, I know football season may be over, but the action on the floor is heating up. And right now, tournament time is the best thing you can possibly find on Prize Picks, in my opinion. You can get on the excitement with Prize Picks, and you can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. You can turn $10 into $1,000 with NBA, NHL, college basketball, and many more. So the one thing I love about Prize Picks is that it does not matter if you mix and match your picks. I've got NBA and college hoops in one entry because I love this time of year for college basketball. So there was a nice 14% off of the Joker's total points. So of course I'm going to take more on that, 23.5. I got Aaron Gordon to have more than 2.5. What is that again? Dunks. I forgot what the category that was. 2.5 dunks. I think Aaron Gordon constantly is just sitting under the basket, so that could be a good pick. And then, of course, I have Terrence Shannon Jr. in the college basketball game to have more than 22 points. These are my prize picks. All you guys have to do is go to prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use promo code CLNS for a first-time deposit match up to $100 and watch yourself win some real money in real time. Touching on Jonathan Kuminga's stats just for a little bit longer, Danny Emmerman did tweet this out. A pretty cool stat that Jonathan Kuminga is going to set Golden State's record for dunks in a season. I mean, I had Aaron Gordon having more than 2.5 dunks, but maybe they should have a Jonathan Kuminga prize picks on their app because he is currently leading the Golden State Warriors in a season since 1997-98 in dunks. Kuminga's got 121, and you can see a familiar name down there in third place, Kevin Durant, with 114. Like I said, he doesn't really focus on three-pointers so much, so it's kind of hard to put him in Splash Brothers category, but in terms of his athleticism, he's definitely making a name for himself. Klay Thompson is actually the one that pointed this out. He said, look, Jonathan has been incredible for us. I mean, he might be the best athlete in the NBA, just with his ability to rise up and his combination of his speed. So he is the future of the franchise, and we need him to go where we want to go this season. And when you look at the two side by side, you kind of see a little bit of similarities in their style of play. Thompson's only averaging 1 point more than Kuminga this season with 17. Their rebounds per game, of course, JK is going to have a lot more because he does a lot more down towards the basket. His assists are pretty much neck and neck, but the field goal percentage, I love that JK is shooting 53%. He's not just shooting to shoot. He's actually making viable good baskets, and he's contesting defenses every single game. And still, 32% from the three-point line for JK is not bad at all. However, I don't think Jonathan Kuminga is going to replace Klay Thompson as a splash brother. I just think that's a decade-long thing that Dub Nation has gotten behind, and it's just forever going to sit in my mind. It doesn't matter if it's 50 years in the future, somebody asks me, who are the Splash Brothers? It's Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. However, I do think a new era for Golden State is now happening, and JK is rising while Klay Thompson is learning to have a new role. And I think that with a looming contract extension in the air, Sixth Man of the Year award could definitely be something Klay Thompson can be looking to next season. What he has done coming off the bench has been insane for the Golden State Warriors, and I think he could have a huge future in the second unit in the Bay Area, because in just 13 games this season coming off the bench, which I think was February 15th, was the first time he came off the bench in that role. He's been averaging almost 20 points per game, which is one of the best streaks he's had this entire season, but he cracked down his minutes a little bit to 25.7. I think it's a lot better than a 29 or a 31. I think he's just getting a little bit older, so I think 25 minutes is perfect for Klay Thompson night in and night out. But for Golden State to be successful, you got to have these three players. When you have Curry and Kuminga putting up 25 points each, that's fantastic. But if you add another 25 points on the bench from Klay Thompson, the second unit, you've got some lethal weapons in the Bay Area. So I think in the future, Klay Thompson should re-sign with the Golden State Warriors and just fully come off the bench and accept a Sixth Man of the Year role. However, I want you guys to go on ahead and pick one for me. Do you guys like the young or the old? Just go on ahead and type JK for Jonathan Kuminga. Type K2 for Klay Thompson. You can take this as a new version of the Splash Brothers, or you can just take your favorite player of this season. Type JK for Jonathan Kuminga. Type KT for Klay Thompson. And like I said, if you guys need any more of a reason to hit that sub button on Warriors Today by Chat Sports, let me give you 3. We've got news and rumors on your favorite team. We're 62,000 strong in subscribers, and 5 new subscribers, very lucky on St. Patty's Day and very random, are going to get a shout out on the next video. So all you guys have to do is subscribe.